a lot can happen in 10 years. We've seen our fair share of challenges.
COVID-19 cases are up by 21% compared to the previous week.
George Floyd!
Say his name!
George Floyd!
And we've had more than a few reasons to celebrate. But after the decade we've had, it's safe to say we've learned one thing above all, that we are better together. So this is a story about all of us, a story of transformation, a decade in the making.
Where you're born in our city today shapes your access to opportunity. Your zip code can determine how long you're going to live, how much money you're going to earn, and what kind of education you're going to get. And that shouldn't be the case. That can't be the case.
For 90 years, meeting the basic needs of our neighbors, food, housing, healthcare, has always been at the core of what we do at United Way. How we've done that over the years has evolved, but creating opportunities for our neighbors has remained constant. The challenge with philanthropy and the way that direct service operates is that it's incredibly siloed, but we know that people's lives aren't siloed. We knew that we needed to do something different.
That's what our work in the neighborhood networks is all about. How do we change those odds for children and families, neighborhoods by neighborhoods, all across our region?
The thinking around this neighborhood network initiative was, how do we even begin? Where do we go? There are 77 Chicago neighborhoods, right? How do we decide? Is it a neighborhood from the west side? Is it a neighborhood from the south side or the southwest side or the northwest side? My job is to go out and visit all the neighborhoods and meet with community leaders.
In 2013, we received a lengthy proposal from United Way for this new program called the Neighborhood Network Initiative to request support as a cornerstone investor. Our investments tend to be to direct service nonprofits, so this was unusual for us. But they have proven impact in neighborhoods across Chicago. So we were ready to jump into this program with them.
We've done all of our due diligence, we've done all of our research, and Brighton Park Neighborhood Council and Brighton Park as the neighborhood was selected to be the first neighborhood network.
I think at first it was disbelief, right? It was kind of like, really, us? It was just such an amazing day, and all of the leaders were present, and just to see everybody together, it was tremendous. And the pressure was on in a way, because we knew that if we could demonstrate how this could really be a model for community development and philanthropy, this could be the way of developing the infrastructure to really address neighborhood problems at an essential level.
The goal of the Neighborhood Network Initiative was to partner with 10 neighborhoods across the city and suburbs. In 2014, more neighborhoods began to join, and by 2015, the Neighborhood Network Initiative had expanded to 10 communities across the Chicago region.
Each neighborhood network is a coalition made up of a variety of stakeholders. All of these stakeholders come together and really think about what is the role that they play in that community and how can they support the community in achieving their overarching goals. We help create the infrastructure for all of these different stakeholders to come together. We provide them the dollars for them to be able to implement their community goals, and they decide where those dollars should go. And then we are helping them strategize to be able to accomplish the work that they need to do.
There are so many new services that are in the community that were never here before. And that's everywhere from workforce development to violence prevention, street intervention.
We have a new health center in the neighborhood. We have a new early childhood education center in the neighborhood. We have free mental health counseling services for adults. We have a new park. Our schools, when you look at the academic performance, it continues to go up.
In Cicero, we won the Robert Woods Johnson Foundation Healthy Communities Award in 2018. That's because of the Cicero Neighborhood Network coming together to work for the health and just the well-being of our community.
If you're new to the community, you join a Cicero collaborative meeting, And you have access inevitably to 1,000 resources already that is being disseminated in the community through the staff. It's really magical.
I love the neighborhood networks and our $10 million donation. It really showed in real dollar terms our trust in the United Way and the neighborhood network model.
We as a community have won the Pritzker Traubert Foundation's inaugural $10 million Chicago Prize. And what a difference that's going to make. United Way is with us to rebuild our community. That's deep partnership support.
When the pandemic hit, we were scrambling to respond because United Way had made this significant investment in relational infrastructure. They relied on the networks.
They came to us and said, our families need direct cash assistance. Our residents need to be able to access healthy fruits and vegetables.
ComEd was a contributor to the United Way and Chicago COVID-19 Recovery Fund. I'm just grateful. They were deep in the community and areas that needed the most help.
What was amazing was the connections that they had all made with one another and how strong they were. And so the neighborhood networks were able to meet families in crisis in a very efficient and fast way.
We couldn't be more encouraged by the success of the neighborhood networks. We have seen so many communities remain so committed to coming together. But it was a transition that took time. And I don't know that we would have fully done that without the trust that we had with our partners. We are building this vision together.
What I particularly like about the approach of the United Way, they look for ways to help prioritize what's important to the communities.
United Way is part of making every person's lives and every neighborhood the best that it can be.
The Commit to a Neighborhood initiative essentially is a very deliberate commitment that ITW is making to the Austin Belmont-Cragen neighborhood here in Chicago to amplify folks that are working on the ground on workforce development. We have thousands of committed employees here in the region who are passionate about giving back to the community. The United Way Neighborhood Network Initiative plays such a critical role in helping to partner folks like us, ITW and other corporations, with the community organizations that are working collaboratively to bring about change in the neighborhood.
The success of the last 10 years have culminated in this pivotal moment where we are expanding to new neighborhoods, and we're so thrilled to be doing so.
We've launched a neighborhood network in Garfield Park, in Inglewood, and in the far south region.
United Way? You hear me? United Way said yes to us. Being part of the Neighborhood Network Initiative, just knowing the training, the support, and the assistance, it will enhance our process. We're not that forgotten community, because we believe we touch the humanity of the people, they'll come, and they will see the change that will happen.
After 10 years, we have a lot to celebrate, but there's still so much more work to do. The neighborhood networks are setting that foundation for families to thrive.
Everyone is sitting down, thinking together how they can address the needs of the community. And I think that infrastructure is the network, and that is what United Way invested in.
The empowerment of the actual community to come up with a strategic plan and the partnerships to work through it together, I think just really breeds success.
Mi sueño es que la gente empiece a tomar acción y el vecindario, el estado, el país y el mundo entero cambie.
The sky is the limit, really, for what the networks can achieve. And together, we're going to build a stronger, more equitable region where every person can thrive.